So I had an idea, but I'm also sick. And I'm like getting over being sick, but I'm still sick. And I don't know what it is about being sick, but for some reason I'm like, I need to do something and I need to go and I have a million ideas and it's like getting paralyzing, but I need to just like do it because if I don't, then I'm not going to do anything. And I cannot spend another day just sitting on the couch because that's all I've been doing for the last like 2 weeks other than going to work. Except then I got like really sick and I couldn't go to work. But now I'm on medications and I'm feeling a lot better and I'm actually able to breathe. So I want to do something. So this is the setup. Here is square number 1. I kind of love this. It's like different shades of purple. I threw in some white. Then I also have this like seafoam green that I decided to add on there. And then this one was yellow and gold. And then I took some of the colors from over here and kind of merged them, which I kind of think turned out really pretty. And then the last one is that seafoam green again, but also with like a turquoise, and there's some yellow and purple from just kind of like using the scraper going all the way across. I also used a hairbrush and did some like speckles. I kind of like how the speckles turned out, but I also am not totally sure about them. And then I tried to do some lines using one of my scrapers, and these things suck. They really don't do anything. I was hoping for like a little bit of a better line, and it was not coming out the way that I was hoping it would. But you know, whatever. Actually, I kind of like what my niece did. She used the same thing and she did like these little patterns, which I really like. So maybe I'll try and do that. Probably not on these ones, but maybe the next ones. Also, I have a cat and she's just like hanging out and she's going around my feet and I keep accidentally stepping on her. Hi. Hi. Am I talking about you? Am I talking about you? Yeah. Oh my goodness. Am I talking about you? So I still have, oh my goodness, this. I still have this. And then I still have my pieces that I like separated. And then I have all of the scraps from cutting up the squares. Literally just like a pile of paper scraps right here. So I think what I'll do is maybe make a spread in my big black sketchbook. That thing is huge. I've had it for like 4 years and I'm still not done. Look at this. Like, it's insane. This was like a mandatory sketchbook in when I was in art school. And yeah, it's freaking huge. When I went to go buy it, there were different size choices, but the only ones that were available were the big, huge ones or the tiny little ones. So I was like, you know what? I can't do the tiny little one. I am not a tiny little painter person. So here's my other sunflowers. I actually made a painting on this. Oh my god. Why did I not know that was all in there? Okay. Anyways, I'm going to do a little page. Why? I don't even understand. Ooh, this could be fun. Okay, weird shapes. I don't know. Ooh. I forgot about these. These were experiments for my final that I did called pareidolia. And it's the brain phenomena where you like see things where there isn't stuff. So like looking in a tile and you see a face, that's called pareidolia. And so I did a whole series of like 30, maybe 40 works. And they're all these like mini little abstract pieces where I went through and I looked at them and I like just let pareidolia do its thing. And so some of them I saw like fish, and some of them I saw leaves, and some of them I saw like birds, and some of them I left blank to make it a more interactive piece for when we had our exhibition. But yeah, those are from that. I completely forgot that they even existed. And I have a whole bunch of these little cards from a Christmas present I was trying to do for my friends that I never actually ended up doing. I still gave them Christmas presents. I just didn't do this part of the present. And I have a turkey inside of a pumpkin. I'm assuming that's from fall. I don't know. I kind of just like accumulate stuff and then it appears when I forget about it. And then I have chaos. Okay, anyways. We're gonna do a spread. What is even in here? I should do like a sketchbook flip through because I don't even remember half of this. Oh my god, my custom board games. I'm gonna make custom board games and I've already planned them out and I completely forgot I did this. That's funny. Okay. That's a work I was doing. What is even in here? Absolute chaos. Ooh! My Greece. No, wait, Mykonos. Mykonos, Greece? Can't remember. That's Corfu. Ooh, Venice, too. I forgot I was doing that, too. Okay. I should probably finish that at some point. Huh. Oh, that's why there was fall stuff. I was doing a fall spread. Okay. What is this? Oh, okay. This was my Christmas present plan. I planned it out, I just never finished it. Weird. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna glue a bunch of scraps into this now and just do a nice big scrap page. Hi. Okay, so I would love to say that I plan these out, that I know what I'm doing. I don't. I have no idea. I would love to say that I have like a sketchbook off to the side where I've already planned out the composition for each and every piece, and now I'm just doing it in this sketchbook, and that everything is planned and I know what I'm doing. And no, you know what? Right now I'm literally just covering a giant rip in the book with the biggest piece I could find, and that is how I'm starting this composition. I don't plan things out at all. Well, sometimes I do, but honestly it's mostly just intuition. Not even. It's just, I like this piece. I think it's pretty. Which direction should it face? Okay, this direction is pretty. And that's it. I'm choosing the most interesting compositions based on my visual interest, and what I think is visually appealing. I'm deciding, okay, I think this piece needs to go under, this piece needs to go on top, which direction should this go in? Where do these compositions within the little pieces of paper look best? What can I cover up because I don't actually care about it, but I still want this to be shown? And that's how I do it. That's it. There's no big, planning phase, or there's no big like secret to how to do this. It's intuition, doing what you think looks nice, what you think looks pretty. I'm sure other people have different ideas or different like ways to do this, but I don't. This is how I do it. So anyways, I glued down my bigger pieces. Now these are the pieces that I actually separated from my bigger sheets that I was using for my tiles. I don't know if you saw those, but go check out that video if you haven't already. And these are the compositions within those bigger abstract paintings on like the big sheets that I really liked, the little tiny sections, and so I cut those out before using the rest of it as scraps for making the tiles. I really love these giant pieces. I don't know what to do with them now because I love them so much. I don't know if I'm able to like work over top of them anymore, but I think in a few weeks after I've like been away from them for a while and I look back at them, I'm hoping I'll be able to think of a way to utilize them that isn't just glued in my sketchbook. Yeah, but that's pretty much all I did. And the same for the smaller pieces. I really wanted to separate what was compositions that I actually liked and I thought were visually interesting, which is the big ones, from the scrap pieces that were, you know, just scraps from the tile project. So yeah, I don't know. I actually did utilize some scraps just to try and add to the composition of the bigger pieces. I don't know why I did that, because I was literally just gluing them into my sketchbook, and then I was like, hey, wait, this will look pretty. And that's the extent of my thought process. Just, hey, what looks pretty? I made the decision to put down a bunch of glue and then just kind of plop the scraps down on the page. That was not a good decision on my part because the glue actually dries pretty fast. So I just wasted a bunch of glue. But I did have fun with these tiny little pieces. I kind of wish I had a variety of sizes, but you know, they are scraps. You can't really decide what they look like. I mean, I could go through and like cut them into fun shapes, but I was not that motivated. These were things that I wanted to keep because I really do love the colors that were on these little papers. And I really wanted to utilize them in some way other than just throwing them out. So I was really proud of the composition that I created with these tiny little scraps. I kind of have two of them. You'll see the second one in a minute. But I started just kind of going through a rectangle. I really thought I would be able to just fill like the one half of that page. No, there were a lot of scraps. But yeah, I just kind of started gluing them down, and I went vertically and then I switched horizontal, and I had these like bigger squares and bigger rectangles that I try to utilize as like kind of a grounding. So it wasn't just all scraps in the same colors. These were kind of like the pops of purple that could separate the other pieces from each other to give more visual interest, which is literally this whole thing. It's just about visual interest. I don't know if other people do this differently, but I really just, what looks pretty. I even left some white space because I didn't want it to be overwhelmed with all the different colors and textures that are on these little scraps. But yeah, once I was finished doing here, because I didn't think I could add anything more without it becoming overwhelming, I did utilize the last of the scraps and create a second small little composition underneath. Right now I'm like going through them trying to figure out what's left. And it's all just these like strips, and I have like tiny little thin ones too, like barely the thickness of a nail. Honestly, I probably could have kept them in that composition right there, but then I would have to like individually glue them all and remember where they go, and that is just way too much work. I'm really not that motivated. I mean, I am motivated. I just like, I'm not. I don't know how else to explain it. Yeah, that's it. I don't know what else I can do to explain this because that's all it is. I would love to turn these into like little prints though. I think they would be just fun and colorful. Maybe I could do some mini drawings on the bigger pieces off to the side there. I don't know what I would draw on them, but I think they could look cool as backgrounds for something. I also think it's like very, very easy for a picture in the foreground to get lost in backgrounds when they're that colorful and textured though. So I'm gonna have to like play around with how I want to do it and colors. If I were to do it, I would probably do maybe like a black outline drawing on the yellow and kind of grayish ones. And then the purple might have to be like a duotone, kind of like a black and white outline. Or I would do something completely like out of there, maybe like a neon pink or something. Actually, that might look cool. Just like a little sketch in neon pink. Oh, I'm gonna have to find like a neon pink pencil or something. Or paint. I could draw in paint. It's gonna be annoying, but I could do it. Anyways, yeah, this is kind of my thought process. My planning process is just I look at it and I go, hey, maybe I could do this. Ooh, wait, maybe I will. And then start planning it out. But it's probably not gonna happen, at least for a long time, because I'm gonna forget about this as soon as I finish this video. So, if you remember and you think it would be a cool idea, please comment and let me know so that I do remember, because I will forget in the next like 5 minutes. But yeah, anyways, that's all. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye! Also, excuse my voice. I am getting over a cold and it is really annoying.